Who are the most influential figures in history and why? A question that has intrigued historians, scholars, and curious minds alike. As we embark on this journey through the annals of history, we aim to shed light on the lives of 10 individuals whose contributions have left an indelible mark on the world. These luminaries, spanning across centuries, have significantly influenced society, culture, science, and politics. Their groundbreaking work and revolutionary ideas have shaped the world as we know it today. From the realm of science to the sphere of spirituality, from the corridors of power to the canvas of creativity, their impact is omnipresent. Whether it's Einstein's theory of relativity that revolutionized our understanding of the universe, or Buddha's teachings that continue to guide millions, each of these figures has played a pivotal role in our shared history. Join us as we journey back in time and explore the lives of these extraordinary figures. Our journey begins in the late 19th century with a man who changed our understanding of the universe, Albert Einstein. Born in 1879, Einstein is justly famous for devising his theory of relativity, a groundbreaking concept that revolutionized our understanding of space, time, gravity, and the universe itself. Einstein's life was not just about theorizing. He was a patent clerk, a physics professor, and even a supporter of civil rights. His theory of relativity brought a new perspective to the scientific world, challenging the established Newtonian physics and opening the doors to the study of the universe on a grand scale. The implications of Einstein's work extend far beyond science, influencing philosophy, art, and culture, and forever changing our perception of reality. The impact of his genius resonates even today, making him one of the most influential figures in history. Einstein's genius has undoubtedly made him one of the most influential figures in history. Navigating back to the age of exploration, we encounter the infamous Christopher Columbus. Born in 1451, this audacious explorer embarked on a series of voyages that would forever change our understanding of the world. His ambitious journeys across the Atlantic Ocean unveiled two continents previously unknown to Europeans, North and South America. Columbus's discoveries sparked an era of rapid colonization, exploration, and unfortunately exploitation in the Americas. His voyages marked the beginning of centuries of European exploration and colonization of the American continents, profoundly shaping the world's geopolitical landscape. However, Columbus died in 1506, still under the belief that he had found a new route to the East Indies. His legacy, once celebrated for discovering the New World, is now contested due to the devastating impact of his voyages on indigenous populations. Despite the controversy surrounding him, Columbus's voyages have undeniably shaped our world. His audacious spirit and relentless curiosity remain a fascinating part of our global history. Moving further back, we find two figures who revolutionized communication, Johannes Gutenberg and Kai Lun. Born around the year 1400, Gutenberg was a German craftsman who introduced Europe to the concept of letterpress printing with his movable type printing press. While movable type was already in use in East Asia, Gutenberg's printing press, with its efficiency and precision, brought about a revolution in the spread of knowledge and literacy. In contrast, Kai Lun, a court eunuch of the Han dynasty, lived over 1,000 years earlier. Around the year 105 AD, he was credited with the invention of paper, a creation that would profoundly impact the way information was recorded and disseminated. His invention laid the foundation for the spread of written knowledge, complementing Gutenberg's later contributions. These inventions have shaped the course of history, making Gutenberg and Kai Lun truly influential figures. Shifting our gaze to religious and philosophical leaders, we encounter Paul the Apostle and Confucius. Emerging from the first century world, Paul, also known as St. Paul, played a pivotal role in spreading the teachings of Jesus. His epistles form a significant portion of the New Testament, shaping Christian theology and the practice of faith for millennia. On the other side of the world, Confucius, an influential philosopher, was shaping Chinese society with his teachings. Born in the 5th century BC, his wisdom is captured in the Analects, a collection of his sayings and ideas. Confucianism, a system of philosophical and ethical teachings, has deeply influenced Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Vietnamese thought and life, promoting values of benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trustworthiness. The echoes of their teachings still resonate today in religious practices, social norms, and moral codes across the globe. Their teachings have touched billions of lives, making them truly influential figures in history. Continuing our journey, we meet Siddhartha Gautama, better known as the Buddha. Born into royalty around the 6th century BCE, he was destined for a life of luxury and power, yet he renounced his privileged existence, seeking instead the answers to life's profound mysteries. His quest led him to a transformative experience under a Bodhi tree, a moment of profound insight that Buddhists refer to as enlightenment. Thus, Siddhartha became the Buddha, which means the enlightened one. He then devoted his life to sharing these insights, teaching the middle way of moderation, the 4 noble truths about suffering and the path to end it, and the 8-fold path to achieving a state of perfect peace and happiness called nirvana. These teachings formed the bedrock of Buddhism, a spiritual tradition that has touched the lives of millions across centuries and continents. Buddha's teachings have guided millions to spiritual enlightenment, making him a truly influential figure. Returning to the realms of science, we encounter the brilliant mind of Isaac Newton. Born in the 17th century, Newton was a pioneer who blended his innovative ideas with those of his predecessors to create a unified understanding of the universe. Newton's groundbreaking work in physics is best known for his laws of motion and universal gravitation. His first law, also known as the law of inertia, explains that an object will remain at rest or move in a straight line at a constant speed unless acted on by an external force. The second law establishes the relationship between force, mass, and acceleration. Lastly, his third law, the principle of action and reaction, states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. His laws of motion and gravitation have been fundamental in our understanding of the physical world, shaping centuries of scientific thought and exploration. Newton's contributions to science have made him one of the most influential figures in history. Finally, we reach 2 of the most influential figures in human history, Muhammad and Jesus. Both of these men from different corners of the world have left indelible marks on civilization, shaping the spiritual and cultural landscapes of vast regions. Let's start with Muhammad. Born around the year 570 in the Arabian city of Mecca, Muhammad is revered by Muslims as the last prophet sent by God to mankind. While non-Muslims often regard Muhammad as the founder of Islam, Muslims themselves see him as a restorer of an unaltered, original, monotheistic faith that was first propagated by earlier prophets, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, and Moses. Muhammad's teachings recorded in the Quran have guided the lives of billions of Muslims around the globe from the 7th century to this day. Then we have Jesus. Born in Bethlehem around the year 4 BC, Jesus is a religious leader revered in Christianity, which is one of the world's major religions. Most Christians regard Jesus as the incarnation of God and believe in his crucifixion, death, and subsequent resurrection. His teachings, encapsulated in the New Testament of the Bible, form the basis of Christian beliefs and practices. Jesus' influence is not confined to the religious sphere. His teachings have also had a profound impact on the moral, ethical, and philosophical landscapes of numerous societies. Both Muhammad and Jesus shared a common purpose: to guide humanity towards a path of righteousness, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. Their messages, although delivered in different times and places, have transcended borders and continue to resonate with people all over the world. Their teachings have shaped the spiritual lives of billions, making them the most influential figures in history. As we conclude our journey, let's reflect on the lives and contributions of these extraordinary figures. Albert Einstein, with his theory of relativity, revolutionized our understanding of the universe. Christopher Columbus, through his voyages, expanded the known world and initiated a new era of exploration. Johannes Gutenberg and Kai Lun, through the invention of the printing press and paper respectively, transformed the way information was disseminated. Paul the Apostle and Confucius, through their teachings, shaped the spiritual and moral compass of countless individuals. Gautama Buddha, through his quest for enlightenment, gave birth to a new spiritual tradition. Isaac Newton, with his laws of motion and gravitation, laid the groundwork for modern physics. Muhammad and Jesus, through their spiritual leadership, established religions that have guided billions of people across centuries. These individuals have left indelible marks on human history, shaping our world in countless ways. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time.